Hi everyone, it's Jeff Slavin here, and today I'd like to talk to you about my very first hand-forged knife. Now, when I say my very first hand-forged knife, I mean I made this baby. Okay. Now, back in the mid '90s, I met up with a bladesmith called Jake Valance, and he was one of our sponsors when I worked on a radio station called Pirate FM. And if you've seen my video on the Steel Witch, he actually gifted me that as well. But I actually went down to his forge, to his shop, and he actually stood over and helped me and took me through the process of making my own hand forged knife. Now, this is a carbon steel, a high carbon steel, and as you can see, it's got a natural patina to it. And anyway, we went through the process, taking a piece of high carbon steel, shoving it into some hot coals, and beating it with a hammer on a anvil, and getting the basic shape, and then using a belt sander, a very large belt sander to refine the shape. And then there was the guard here, and the pommel or the butt cap, which are just solid brass, and those were I also handmade as well. And there's these micarta inlays here, and we'll give you a close up of that. And the handle itself is a piece of New Zealand buckhorn, and he actually had a couple of different racks of really nice New Zealand buckhorns. And I went through and chose the piece of buckhorn that I wanted, took a hacksaw, cut it off the rack, and checked to make sure that was good for my hand, and it is. And then incorporated that into the whole entire build. Now, the whole build itself took about 2 days. That's not 2 straight days. That's because I had my job that I had to go to, and then when I had spare time, I would go and see Jake down at his shop, and we would carry on the project. And yeah, and so the project was finally done. And wow, I'm actually quite happy with this. Now it's not perfect. You might notice that there is a little bit of a hammer hit right there where it quite I hit it just a little bit too hard, and we couldn't quite sand that out or buff that out. Now it it takes an edge, wi- but the edge doesn't last very long. So um, you need to constantly be resharpening it, which is I guess a lot of that has to do with we didn't heat treat quite properly. But yeah, it's a good little knife, and I don't really use it. I just sort of keep it as a keepsake. And I would just like to say thank you to Jake Valance at Valance Blades for helping me with this all those years ago. Um, it's a really nice little knife, and I really enjoy owning it. And yeah, I'm not a bladesmith, but I did make this. And so there you go. There's my first little hand forged knife, and I'm pretty damn pleased with it. Okay, folks. Until next time, this is Jeff Slavin saying, keep it in between the sheets where it belongs. See you next time. Bye.